Welcome back. Joining us now is Will Worsham for this week's Speaking Legal Discussion. Thanks for coming on the show today.
Happy to be here.
All right, we have a question for you.
Okay.
All right. I was the victim of a hit-and-run driver. The police are still looking. I was injured and will have medical bills. I'm not sure if I should contact my insurance or wait and see if the police find the driver.
Okay, yeah, no, this is a good question because you don't necessarily always want to contact your own insurance company and file a claim because then you have a claim on your insurance record and that's not fun. So maybe you want to think, oh, well, if I wait and they find them, then I can just file on their insurance. I wouldn't recommend that, though. Once again, these are scenarios that we've talked about somewhat before. Yeah. I would say go ahead and get with your insurance company. Now, you may think, why? Hopefully, the issue is we've got some uninsured motorist coverage.
Right.
Uninsured motorist coverage should cover this scenario here where you don't know where the driver is, don't know who the driver is. Because at this point, there's no other insurance in play, and that's exactly what you pay that uninsured motorist insurance.
Yeah, you're paying for it all the time. Right.
And as we've talked about it before, uninsured and underinsured motorist coverage is some of the best and cheapest insurance you can have on your auto policy, and everybody should have it. And so if you don't know, look right now, find out, make sure that you do have it. But what will happen, you'll contact your insurance company, you'll file an uninsured motorist claim, and they'll go ahead and they'll do the payout and everything like they would. Now, you are in an adversarial relationship with your insurance company at that point, so this is a situation you probably do want to have a lawyer on this, and that would be the first step here, would be to hire an attorney.
Explain that idea of being in an adversarial relationship with your own insurance company.
Right. Well, anytime you file a claim, you're essentially at that point in an adversarial relationship with your insurance company. Now, normally when you think about medical care and things like that, I mean, they just pay the bill according to that. So you don't think of it that way so much. But whenever you're filing an accident claim and you're looking at damages, one, even if it's your car and you're filing on your own insurance company, they're going to value that car. They're going to pay what they think, that's what the adjuster's for, they think the value of that car should be. If it's a totaled situation. Well, you may want to argue with them about that, and you have every right to do so. So that is an adversarial relationship. Now, in this uninsured motorist situation, you're even in a more adversarial relationship because essentially your insurance company is now standing in the place of this other person. Okay, so they're having to pay out based on someone else's negligence, just as if they were their insurance company. And we all understand that if you're suing somebody else and you're claiming against somebody else's insurance policy, you understand that to be an adversarial relationship. That's exactly the same thing here.
Well, you think I'm paying these guys, they're my friends.
They're on my team, right? Right, on my side.
Yeah, nobody thinks that anymore, right? No, it doesn't.
If you made a claim.
No, they're having to pay out, and their job, insurance adjusters' jobs are generally to protect the assets of the company. So they're not going to want to pay out anymore. So you have to negotiate with them. You may even have to file a lawsuit against your own insurance company in order to get
an attorney comes in.
Exactly. Well, and even in that negotiation phase, because your lawyer is going to have a much better idea of what they should be paying based on regional and other information about what the claim is really worth, what your insurance company really should be paying, and they're going to know how to make sure that insurance company pays what they're supposed to pay.
Most people don't feel that it's adversarial. You're right. They feel
no, if you ever try to make a claim, even if it's not your fault, it can become adversarial.
Well, sometimes that's why you want to pay if it's something small and not talk to your insurance company about it.
Well, you're talking about the claims issue. And so some people say, well, I'm not going to file a claim because I'd rather just pay it. I don't want my rates to go up. And I suppose that's an economic decision to make. I'm also sure your insurance company loves you for thinking that way because you're not taking their money. So you have to look at, you've paid for this benefit. You might as well take it.
Is it also a good idea in the idea of you have a paper trail of this event occurring in case they do find this person who is, split?
Oh, absolutely. You want to always keep track of all the information that you can. So keep a good paper trail. We've talked about before, everybody's got a smartphone. When you're in an accident, get that thing out. Take the pictures. Take the video. Record everything that you can. It's much to your benefit.
Just real quick, how easy is it to find that person if you haven't taken pictures?
Well, it can be very, very difficult. Luckily, our police actually are pretty good here in Springfield about getting that type of stuff done. They got to get that car fixed somewhere. Generally, there's some sort of evidence somewhere. Yeah, absolutely.
But it's a good idea in order to help the police do their job. Take the pictures, write things down, whatever it takes to get that information.
You bet, absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right.
You bet.
If you have a legal question for Will, you can email him at wworsham@color10.com, and he'll answer your question on the show. All right. Up next, have you ever wondered if an extended warranty on your electronics are really worth it? Bruce Porter is here to take that on. We're going to talk about that next on Dollars and Cents. We'll be right back.